Disruption can be the best thing for your life. We about to get into it.
I don't know how this thing works, but screw it, I'ma do it anyway. I don't know how this will turn out, but screw it, I'ma do it anyway. I don't know how this thing works, but screw it, I'ma do it anyway. I don't know how this will turn out, but screw it, I'ma do it anyway.
What is up, good people? It's your girl, Nikki P. Welcome back to Soul Untamed, where we are talking about creating a life that is designed by you and not for you. You know, I am a person who is a pretty go with the flow type person. I move the same way water moves. Like I can easily flow and I can bend, and I am pretty good with pivoting unless something completely halts me. So think about water rushing and it hits like a stone wall and it just smacks it and then it kind of disperses to the side. I feel like when disruption for me is something like that, I can be flowing, easy going, and then something hits me and I almost have this jolt, like the same, I guess the same way, like if you, this would be a horrible thing, but like if you were in an accident and somebody hits you and you just have this moment of like you shake and everything kind of gets jumbled together and you need a second to like collect yourself, rewrite yourself to kind of come back to where you are. And that is what disruption is like in life. When you are just going along and doing whatever, and then something just comes and it forces you to stop, and you have a jolt, and then you gotta get your bearings and figure out like what to do next. And disruption can show up in all kinds of ways in our life, and it's typically not something that we like. Nobody really wants to be disrupted. You're pretty comfortable in your life, you're pretty comfortable in a routine that you have, and when that gets disrupted, you kind of get an attitude about it. But disruption really can be used to help you grow, and it's uncomfortable, which is also something else that helps us grow. And I think I've really been liking the word disruption recently. Like when I think of different words that all kind of like fit me and fit my brand, disruption has been one that I've been, you know, seeing, looking at that word a little bit more, because I am here to completely disrupt the old mindset, and not just myself, but whoever is listening to me right now, that your life, your current life, has to be what it is, and that you can't do anything better. Like I am here to disrupt all of that. It really trips me out how many things that we carry, the limiting beliefs that we carry all the time, and we don't even realize like how limiting our thoughts are. We just do stuff every day and we don't even realize that, oh my God, that comes from a limiting belief. I was listening to an old podcast from it's Kiki Palmer's podcast. Her podcast is not old, but the episode was old. She was talking to Tyler Perry, and he was talking about how a lot of our ancestors, and this is specifically, he was speaking specifically about black people's, our ancestors, but just how there was this thought, this mindset that we shouldn't have certain things, that when it came to wealth, when it came to any money or any of that, or even doing the things that rich people do, that's not for us. They would even say that to him. That's not for us. Oh no, I don't need all that. I think he had told a story about somebody in his life that basically had this great idea. It was something that he was doing, and it was a great like business type setup. And he had mentioned, he said, well, why don't you go and do this, and you could get this over here and it could turn into this, turn into that. And he was like, oh no, 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 that's not for us. That's not for us. And Tyler Perry's whole, like, a lot of what motivated him to be who he is, like who he became, was disrupting that, not just that thinking, but that generational like whole mindset that a lot of us, specifically in the community where people look like me, that's what we were shown, what we were told. And he wanted to disrupt this like generational idea that we should be happy with what we have and we should never try to get more. Like, why? Almost like it wasn't, we weren't worthy of that. And like black people weren't supposed to be wealthy. And this goes across the board. I'm just giving one example of, specifically black people, but no matter who you are, no matter who you are, like, there has to be a disruption. You got to disrupt like the regular scheduled programming. You know what I mean? Like, every day we have so many thoughts and we make so many decisions, and most of them are subconscious decisions, but they're all being driven by whatever it is that we believe. And in order for that to change, you have to disrupt it. You literally have to disrupt it. You have to break it. That regularly scheduled programming is going to play every single day if you don't disrupt it, break the TV. Break the TV, break the connection, break whatever it is that you need to shift it to something different, so that you are rewiring your brain to operate in a different reality. Because you won't get to the life, this lovely life that we are creating, because you're creating it either way. Your life really is, I always start these videos off with saying that we are talking about creating a life that is designed by you and not for you. But make no mistake, you're creating your life. You're creating your life. You, whether you're doing it intentionally or subconsciously, that's the thing. And if you are not happy with what you're seeing, you have to disrupt things. There needs to be a disruption of the way that you're thinking, a disruption in your habits that are no longer serving you. When you get up in the morning, what is your morning routine? Is it something that sets you up for the day? If it doesn't, you need to disrupt it. How is your evening routine? How are you going to sleep? What is your mindset like when you're going to bed? If it's not helping, if you're still not getting proper sleep, if you're still riddled with anxiety of, from an anticipation of the next day, something needs to be disrupted. If you are not happy in a relationship that you're in, and I'm not sitting here telling you to break off the relationship, but if there is something, if you're not getting what you need, something needs to be disrupted. If fitness, if you don't like how your body feels, something needs to be disrupted. The way that you're eating needs to be disrupted. What else are you putting into your body? What you may need to put into your body. All of those things need to be disrupted. Disruption is a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing. It forces you to stop and reevaluate. And sometimes disruption, most of the time disruption happens from some outside force that puts us in a situation where we have to make a change. But you can also choose to disrupt something that's not working for you. So I'm really liking this word disruption. I'm really liking this word disruption. I have a friend who part of her business is creative disruption, and I love it. I love it. It's like just just break stuff up. Break stuff up and explore something new. Make the changes that you need to make so that you can really be enjoying the life that you say that you want. You know, I'm going to tell you something that I'm about to disrupt. I have been struggling with getting back to traveling the way that I used to travel. I used to be known for traveling out of the country. You know, every year I was going somewhere different. And then I hit some financial hard times and I wasn't able to get back on my feet. And I got kind of stuck in the mindset of being used to not having money for trips. So when people would ask me, I would just be like, oh, I don't have it. I don't have it. And now not traveling has become my norm. It's just become reality. It's even got to the point where I don't feel the same itch for travel like I used to because I've gotten so accustomed to not traveling. And I want to disrupt that. I want to disrupt that because the version of me that is living the life that I want to live, oh, she travels. She travels. She travels solo. She travels with her friends. She travels with her man. She travels with her family. Like, she travels. So I have to disrupt that thought of, oh, I can't do this trip. I can't do this trip. And the way that I'm doing it is I am ignoring the voice. I am ignoring the voice. And I'm also having myself be held accountable to people. I told my sister there's a trip that I am planning actually for the end of this month. And I told her, I said, if you hear me start to renege on this trip, I want you to call me out on it and remind me that I said I was going. I need you to call me out on it. And so I am disrupting that because this girl, this woman here, she travels. So I'm traveling. I'm disrupting that life of the woman who does not travel, that she doesn't take vacation. Who is she? No, she is not me. She travels. So I'm disrupting that. So as I bring this video to a close, I challenge you to disrupt the life that you are currently living. Disrupt any habit, routine, any relationship, any position, anything that is not working for you, anything that is not putting you closer to the life that you say that you want. Disrupt it. Disrupt it. Disrupt it with whatever you need to. Change the channel. Flood it with something else. That is all that I have for you. So if you hung with me this long in the video, I thank you so very much. I always want the best for you guys. I just want to see everybody win. We are given this one life as I know it, today. We are given this one life, and we deserve to live that life in the way that we want to live that life, and to not settle for anything less than that. So that being said, it's your girl Nikki P. I will see you on my next one. What's up, good people? Thanks for watching this video. If something resonated with you, please give it a like, share with a friend. Also leave me comments just to say hi, tell me how you're feeling, and if there are any other topics that you want me to cover, please feel free to let me know. And if you like this and you want to hear more, please hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one.